Captain Black, your report, please. Or would you rather explain to us what caused the death of half your crew? And why we can't seem to find most of the bodies on the base?
Captain's log, Day 7. I am the captain of an ongoing mission in search of minerals previously only found in very small quantities on Phobos. That is one of the moons orbiting Mars. After many decades of searching, we have found a planet abundant on the minerals, named Pallas, and after countless failed missions, we have found a way to reach the planet. These minerals are so priceless to us because they carry obscure amounts of usable energy. In fact, they carry enough energy to power all of our space projects and possibly propel us to a Type 3 civilization. These minerals are our future. Day 37. Here is the report on the current state of the mission. On Day 31, the Skeld reached a star cluster named IGK 1337, and an hour after that, we reached Pallas. It is a small planet. The weather is unpredictable, nothing new, nothing much. We can work with it. We have set the mining camp on the surface of the planet for easier work during the day, and we spend the nights in an underground base because of the extreme conditions. On this mission, I am accompanied by the optimal humans for space travel, genetically modified with the DNA of jelly beans. The smaller than usual bodies are easier to nourish, extremely agile, and energy efficient. They are the magnum opus of the Mira Corporation. My team is here to collect minerals for Mira HQ, stationed only a few solar systems away from Pallas. There, what we have collected will be analyzed and tested, and after that, it will be sent to Earth for further research and development. So far, the mining is going smooth. However, a few miners have noted an unsettling glow and smell to the minerals, which was not present on the ones mined on Phobos. They seem harmless. The scientists are running tests on them, and for the time being, mining continues. Day 69. Green found Cyan's body in the specimen room on Friday. We are still unsure what caused her death, but White is in the laboratory doing an autopsy. Hopefully he can give us some answers. A heated argument ensued in the office after I called an emergency meeting, and I heard there was a fight in the barracks the same night. The tension has been rising over the last few days. I am worried that the crew doesn't get along well. It's like they don't even know each other. I believe the mission is taking a toll on them. Green Cadet came to me looking for help. He said something about voices whispering in the walls. He then rambled about how all the vents in the base are open and how they're all connected to one another, and how that could allow for easy maneuvering around the entire base. Oh, silly boy. I tried calming him down by pointing out how even jelly people couldn't fit in those vents, but he refused to listen to me, and he did not shut up about bloodthirsty aliens. My. Green Cadet believes we are cursed, because what we are mining might be some sacred objects. I fear for his sanity. He sounds like a madman, and the loss of his friend only makes things worse. The physical strain of the mission, combined with the isolation of outer space, is causing paranoia and distress in the crew. However, the mining progress we are making is astonishing. I'll figure out a way to deal with the problems, and we will continue with our tasks. I will personally see to the success of this mission and the safe return of my crew. Day 70. A few of us heard soul-wrenching sounds from O2. Yellow came out of the room with her eyes stretched out as wide as her bean head would allow. She stopped, looked at me and whispered,
Blue is dead, Captain Black. He's been butchered. What is going on?
Then she passed out in Red and White's hands. There is no doubt on my mind, the way the body lay there on the floor, the grotesque stab wounds, and a face showing fear even in death. We have a killer in the base. Day 77. The week was rough. Our efforts to figure out who the killer is are worthless. White and I are interrogating the entire crew daily, but they are all doing their tasks as expected. The only person falling behind on his work is Purple, But Forte Green told us he saw him twice doing his tasks. For now, nothing any of the crew members says or does makes them a sus. We haven't heard from Yellow for the last 2 days, but ever since she lost Blue, she's been locking herself up in her room. She doesn't speak with anyone and barely eats. I am worried about her. Red came to me telling he thinks Yellow is a sus and a deadweight, not doing her tasks and wasting food. I might have to send her home in order to sustain the already dwindling progress of the mission. Day 78. Orange found Yellow in communications, sliced in half. No human could have done that. It's simply physically impossible. I called an emergency meeting in the office, and it was chaotic. Everybody screaming and blaming everybody else. Thankfully, at midnight, Purple got word from the research team on Mira HQ. They found life on one of the minerals we sent. They told us there is a shape-shifting parasite on Polis. Green Cadet might be onto something with his theory about bloodthirsty aliens in the walls. And if what HQ says is correct, someone in my crew is not who they're supposed to be. I am reducing the mining to minimum, and as of now, our main priority is a seek and destroy mission. Day 79. We found Forte Green's dead body in the boiler room. Nobody had seen Purple the whole day again, and with no Forte Green to support him, he became the main sus. He explained through his tears how all of his tasks were in isolated places of the base, and that if Yellow and Forte were still alive, they would have supported his claims. But his excuses did not stick well with us, so we did what we thought was right. We ejected him into deep space. He was not the killer. Goosebumps ran all over my body. The air became heavy. I could feel the guilt in the breath of every crew member. Except for one. White didn't seem fazed at all. How was he the first person to show up when Yellow passed out all the way from the med lab? Why did he help me with interrogating all the other crew members, but not for once did he talk about what he was doing? All he chattered about was the elusive tasks in the med bay. He always had an excuse, always busy, and never engaging in the meetings. He is the infiltrator. I expressed my concerns with the rest of the crew. We forced the alien into the airlock, and once the door behind it opened, I looked it dead in the eyes, and there I saw nothing but darkness. Yar, I was looking into an abyss as deep as the seas. It knew that was the end, but not for a second did I see regret or fear in its eyes. Once in space, it took its real form, a disgusting parasite, a monster words cannot describe, with eyes that will forever haunt my dreams, and a smile mocking me for my failures. Day 90. A spaceship is coming from Mira HQ to take us back home. Our mission was a success, they say, a great one, only if they knew what was the cost.